people have come and spoken to me on the public announcement itself. What I advise them is, instead of it coming 5 years later, you being arrested or your property being seized, now it is only coming for the claims. We need to educate them to say that nothing wrong if it comes. My name must never come in the newspaper, sir. It is coming, sir. I am so upset, sir. And he's calling me an erstwhile director. I am a director of this company. Actually, the board is suspended. Actually, you must be called a suspended director, which is even more worse than calling as an erstwhile director. All these things are new to the people in India. They are unable to accept it. Sir, I am a director of this company for under 30 years. You are calling me an erstwhile director? Yes, you are an erstwhile director. That is the fact. You don't have the control. Because we have evolved from debtor in control to debtor in possession to creditor in control. That itself is a counseling session in my office, at least twice or thrice a week, where these directors come visibly upset, agitated. Explain to them that you are a suspended director. Please accept the fact and you continue with your life. Calm period from the date of order to the conclusion of the insolvency resolution process, 180 days or 270 days as the case may be. The moratorium is extended. The extension from 180 to 270 is by the 75% approval of the creditors. There might be some creditor waiting in the French trying to file a surface case against the company immediately. No. If 75% of the creditors are willing to wait, you also wait, my friend, you also wait. Is the message sent here. Supply of essential goods shall not be terminated during the moratorium period. What is the essential goods? Normal electricity for the office, not electricity for your glass factory or your cement factory. Normal water supply for drinking purposes and normal use of the employee or the factory, not to generate hydroelectrical power. If you are a software company, normal internet and Wi-Fi connection for the employees to correspond, not to transfer huge amount of data to a client abroad. That is essential services. Essential services is a must. If you are unable to do anything, you have to do at least the essential services. In case you have the wherewithal to do the other services, you can do with the approval of the interim insolvency professional or the resolving insolvency professional, as the case may be. Certain transactions may be notified by the government. I am in a very dire state. November 2017, 2 months before the NCLT order, I took loan at the rate of 48%. Because I didn't have an option. I had to complete my project. I didn't have an option. I had to take loan at 48%. I took loan at 48%, and immediately the service tax person came and he took away 50% of the money, and income tax I had to file an appeal. I have to file 15% of the outstanding as the fee. I paid from this money. I don't have money to run now. But I have taken the amount at 48%. Now the insolvency professional, even if he comes into the picture, even if he does anything, even if he runs the company like mad, he will not be able to pay 48%. In such situations, as an insolvency professional, I have the right to approach the NCLT to say that these transactions must be removed from my scope. I will not pay 48%. I will not pay extortionate credit transaction. I will not be subjected to Kanduvaddi. Only a chartered accountant who has some amount of experience in finances, some amount of experience in banking and interest bearing securities will be able to come to this conclusion itself. For a simpliciter profession, it is an amount taken, there is an agreement, 48% agreed. And the other important point is such transactions will not have agreements at all. You will have to deduce it from the bank statement. I have a situation where for 1 crore of money there is an advance interest deduction of 21 lakhs. So what is the rate? According to the lender, he is taking on the 21% interest, and I have to repay 10 lakhs per crore every month for the next 10 months. So that interest, I made a calculation of the interest. That interest works to 47%. 47% it works out. In the simpliciter agreement or the simpliciter this promissory note, I have deducted 21 lakhs from 1 crore. It says only 21%. From the first month I am repaying 10 lakhs. Such being the case, it is only we who will be able to identify itself all these transactions which are there. I am not trying to say that others will not. For a chartered accountant, it will be straight in his eyes. Actually, the bulbs and all will be flashing. It's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say that other professionals will never find it. They will find it. They will find it in the hard way. Slowly by experience, they will find it. Because we already have that experience. You have been seeing it day in and day out, year in and year out. In all your audits, in your internal audits, etc., etc. Moratorium, institution of suits or the continuation of the pending suits or proceedings against the corporate debtor, excluding the execution of any judgment. Because we have seen that decree is also a claim. Except for that, everything will have a status quo maintained. Transferring, encumbering, alienating, disposing of by the company any of his assets or any legal right or the beneficial interest cannot be done. It has to be done only with the approval of the IRP. It has to be done with the approval of the RP and the adjudicating authority, and of course the committee of creditors will be involved in it to monitor the whole thing. Any action to foreclose, recover, enforce any security created by the company in respect of its property, including any action under the securitization. Immediately there is a moratorium even for the securitization and the SARFAESI proceedings. Recovery of any property by an owner or a lessor where such property is occupied or in the possession of the corporate debtor. Where the corporate debtor is enjoying it, he will continue to enjoy for the next 6 months. You have been keeping quiet for so long. You please keep quiet for the next 180/270 days. The public announcement, all the information has to be there. It's more of an academic one, which might be out of context here. And appointment of the IRP. IRP is appointed immediately after the order is admitted or the application is admitted, appointed by the NCLT within 14 days. For a financial creditor, the IRP has to be mentioned in the application itself in form number 1. But for an operational creditor, he need not mention the IRP. The IRP will be appointed by either by the operational creditor himself or by the IBBA in a process. Where no IRP has been proposed by the operational creditor, the NCLT shall refer the matter to the board and the board will appoint. The tenure of the IRP shall be 30 days. IRP to RP is not automatic. It has to be appointed by the committee of creditors, wherein the IRP only forms the committee of creditors until such time he will be available. Committee of creditors and constituted by the IRP, within 7 days of the constitution of the committee, he has to hold a meeting of all the financial creditors, that related parties of the company are removed out. Person is whether a person is a financial or an operation creator has to be seen where there are no financial creators, assuming the company has not taken any loan anywhere. All are operational creators. In that case, what happens is they have to identify the 18 operation creators as per the rankings, as per the claims received within the first 14 days, and the top 18 people, along with one representative of the employee, one representative of the workman. See, employee and workman are different. Employees are in the administration office, corporate office, branch office, etc., etc. Workmen are in the factories. There might be a situation where you have a factory and an admin office also. So employees and workmen will have one representation each. Apart from that, you have 18 top operation creators who will also be involved in it. They will form the committee of creators. Very unlikely, but it can't be ruled out in an Indian scenario where family-owned business have been carrying on without any loan at all outside. Or the financial creditors would be related parties. Being related parties, I cannot include them in the COC. So such being the case, what happens is the operational creditor will come into play. Now, another situation. In fact, the code has been one of the well drafted codes, I should say. Here an operation creator wants to come into the COC, what he must do? If the operational creditor has got 10% of the amounts due, 10% or more of the amounts due, he can come into the COC. That 10% or more can be by a single operation creator or by a group of them. It can come into the COC. It has been well drafted to give an very good representation to everybody. The meeting of the COC, replacement of the interim professional is possible. There are many professionals here who say that, sir, I want to be only interim professional. I am not interested to become the RP. I am very happy trying to get the claims. I will form a COC. I will constitute a COC.